Welcome to Kentucky Truck Plant. Thank you for joining us today on this exciting day for Ford and for the Kentucky Truck Plant as we celebrate the start of production of the all-new Expedition, the smartest, most capable, and most adaptable Expedition ever. First, I'd like to introduce a few important guests that we have here. Members of our Ford leadership team, Joe Hendricks, Ford President of Global Operations, Gary Johnson, Ford Vice President, North American Operations, Joe Bobner, the Ford Director of Manufacturing, Jimmy Settles, the Vice President of the UAW National Ford Department, Todd Dunn, the President of UAW Local 862, and Alan Hughes, the plant chairman here at Kentucky Truck Plant. And all of our government, media, and UAW National Ford Department folks who are here. And of course, you can see all in the back of the room, all of our men and women here at the Kentucky Truck Plant. The team here has been extremely busy building 3 products. The first product, the Ford Super Duty, it's a member of our F-Series lineup, the nation's #1 selling vehicle for 35 years in a row and the #1 selling truck for 40 years in a row. Quite an accomplishment. We also build the Lincoln Navigator and of course the all-new Ford Expedition. It takes hard work and dedication for so many to produce some of the best vehicles in the country, best vehicles in the world as well. Vehicles that our customers depend on each and every day to get the job done. I want to thank the product specialists and the entire launch team. I know a lot of the folks are out here. For 2 years, they have been traveling back and forth to Dearborn and back here. They spent time away from their families to make sure we could get this right. And I want to thank all the product specialists. I want to thank all of the salary launch team, all the hourly launch team for all that. You know, this is the efforts of fruits of our labor, if you will. I also want to thank all of our skilled trades. I also want to thank all of our skilled trades. They help install all the new tooling, get the facilities here, and the same thing, they went up and reviewed the tooling to make sure there was the best tooling possible. Thank you for all the skilled trades. Thank you. I also want to thank all the UAW members of Local 862 here at KTP. You know, we started building the product, and all the things and all the suggestions that you guys have been able to put into it has made it the best product that it possibly can be. And I want to thank all the salaried employees as well. So thank you. In addition, there's a lot of people that go into building a product. We have our product development team, the VO and MP&L team, and you know, too many folks to talk about, but a lot of different individuals that took to design, build, and manufacture this product. I want to thank them as well. Okay, so we're getting ready to kick off the program. What I would like to do is introduce Alan Hughes. He is my partner in crime. He is our plant chairman here at KTP, and he has a few words that he'd like to say.
Thank you, Andrew. Good morning. On behalf of the membership of Kentucky Truck, I would like to personally thank UAW Vice President Jimmy Settles, Region 8 Director Ray Carey, our local president Todd Dunn, Executive Vice President Joe Hendricks, and our Kentucky Truck Plant Manager, Manager Andrew Tapp. Together, our hourly and salary workforce have shown that we are the best in the world by building the most desired and dependable products on the market. We have improved our strong reputation by launching 3 products within a year's time. One of our products is a highly anticipated all-new Ford 2018 Expedition sat beside me. Our workforce is filled with pride and world-class talent for building 2 great products. As you look around today, Ford has made major investments throughout our plant preparing for this launch. I am proud and grateful to stand here today to represent the men and women of Kentucky Truck Plant. I want to personally thank each and every one of you for your dedication and success for our products. Our plant positively affects thousands of families in our great city of Louisville and our wonderful state of Kentucky. Together, we're going to take over the market. I'd like to introduce my friend, local president, Todd Dunn.
Thank you, Alan. I just want to recognize the job that you've been doing since you've been elected chairman. I think you're a true leader. You've accepted me, and we've always been right there with each other. So I appreciate you opening up your arms, because at the end of the day, it's about the membership, and it's about what the membership can do for Ford Motor Company and build world-class product. One thing I do want to mention this morning, just keep in your prayers, we had a brother, Jason Morris, who was a worker here at the Kentucky Truck Plant. He was a veteran, and I see the flag behind me, and I always hold it highly. He was a veteran that passed away this morning. He had cancer, bladder cancer, and he was able to go to the Active Heroes Retreat about a month and a half, 2 months ago with his family. And he said, without Ford Motor Company, without UAW, Todd, without your vision, without what you all have done here, we wouldn't be on this road. And he said, I have faith that I'm going to be with the Lord. He said, I have faith that me and my family are going to have a great weekend this weekend. And he said, it wouldn't be without you and Ford Motor Company. So thank you very much. So it's awesome to see what we can do. I know they told me to keep it short, and I have a hard time. That's why the union meetings are so long. But talk about one Ford and one team. Hired in 8/18/95 on the chain gang. I did not know what was going to happen, and I thought I was going to be chained to something, and it was going to be a long 30 years. Today, I can smile and say, you know, I get paid to do this job. I told my wife last night, we were at Metro Council, I was, till about 12:15. Woke up this morning and said, it's going to be a long day, but it's going to be a good day, because we can highlight what we do every day as a team. You talk about world-class product, talk about it's the best we've ever built, it's the most capable, it's the most adaptable, but so are we as a team. The membership that comes to work every day, leaves their family, they want to go back the same way they came to work, they come and they give it their all. The dealerships. I talked to Kimberly Hoffman about the dealerships and bringing the one Ford and the one team idea all the way together. Let's connect the dealerships to the community, to our workforce, and we'll be the best that could ever happen in an OEM, in a vehicle segment or a vehicle lineup. Ford Motor Company has done that locally. What we do in the community resonates to the worker on the line. It resonates to Joe Bobner, Joe Hendricks, to the mayor. Everybody talks about UAW Ford and talks about the membership and the workforce and the vehicles we build. We are world class. We do set the standard. We help our community. We help members of the community get out of their homes. We've built over 400 wheelchair ramps since the inception of the wheelchair project, ramp project. And I've got two friends that have been behind me the whole time, and one who sometimes I overload my mouth. But Brother Jimmy Settles, he is a true friend. He got behind us. He said, I want you to go razzle me and dazzle me. He said, just be careful. And every time I ask for something to improve and do more in the community on something that we want to do, he said, I got your back. And that's what it means to have one team. Brother Ray Curry, the same thing. Just as we've been trying to help out in the community as far as Texas and all these natural disasters, everybody stepped up to the plate. We helped with $75,000 you gave for the second hurricane. We're working on things for Puerto Rico now. Our workforce has stepped up every single day. We are a true shining example of what it means to be a company that is leading the world in what they do, and a workforce and an organization that means as much as they do to the company, and what standards we set and how we go home and appreciate what we do and put one step forward for everyone else. So with that, I thank you, and I want to bring up Brother Jimmy Settles, Vice President, UAW National Ford Department, my friend.
Good morning. Let me first give honor to God for this great day. And I say that in all sincerity. I remember coming here a few years ago when we didn't have as many employees as we have here today. We went into negotiations with hopes and dreams to revive not only this plant, but revive the community. And I stand here really thankful today to see this come to fruition. I remember when we were in the days of negotiating and talking about things that, along with Ford Motor Company, that we needed to do. One of the things was that we felt as if that the luxury market of trucks, we need to get back in the game. I've been around long enough. I remember when we used to dominate that game, and then someone made a decision not to. But I'm really glad now we made a decision to. But more importantly than that, I want to thank you, the members of this plant, both hourly and salary, because you can negotiate, you can put words on paper, and you can have all the great ideas in the world, but we all know it takes people working together to make a product. And this product is one of the greatest products I have seen in my tenure at Ford Motor Company, which spanned about 4 or 5 decades. But seriously, I know how difficult it is, and not only how you did it, with veteran workers and new workers. It really, I think, typifies what we do at Ford. Even though sometimes we may disagree both hourly and salary, but when it comes time for us to get together, we all get together and do the right thing. So I'd just like to thank you, not only in behalf of myself or the UAW team, but all the team in Ford Motor Company for the job well done. The quality here has been outstanding and has only contributed to how hard you work. And also, let me just give kudos to the team here for what you do in the community. Because personally, nothing gives me greater satisfaction than what we do in the community. And nobody does it better than you do it in Kentucky. You know, our motto is, we not only build great cars, we build great communities. And this local does that, working together. And also, I must say too, something I probably would have never said when I first got hired at Ford Motor Company. You have a great team at Ford Motor Company to work with. I've had the pleasure to negotiate many contracts with many different companies. And I tell you, there's no greater, better company in the world than Ford Motor Company. I don't care what they do. They play musical chairs. They just put people in different positions, but their values stay the same. And I just like to, say that to them publicly. It's kind of difficult sometimes spitting it out because I know no sooner I get to my seat, I'm going to have a couple more problems here I got to argue with them about. But seriously, I'd just like to thank Ford Motor Company for what you do, not only what you do in negotiation, but here again, what you do in the community. So to all of you, I'm going to say, Miss, God continue to bless each and every one of you. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Alan. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you for the kind words for today. Now I have the esteemed honor of welcoming Joe Henricks, the Ford President of Global Operations, to the stage. Come on, Joe.
Well, thank you, Andrew, and good morning, everyone. It's great to be back here again at Kentucky Truck Plant. I want to thank all of the leadership of the UAW for their kind words and for all their support. It's great to be back here in Louisville. This is my third consecutive year around this time of the year being here. 2 years ago, we celebrated the investment announcement for the Super Duty launch. Last year, we celebrated the Super Duty launch, and here we are today to celebrate the Expedition and the Navigator launch. I'm also proud to say I spent some time living in this great Commonwealth, and I was honored a couple years ago in this very room, actually, when Governor Beshear named me a Kentucky Colonel. So we're partners for life. It is one of my true honors to be here for this celebration. One of the most fun things I get to do in this business is recognize the workforce that we have, a great workforce that comes together to build these wonderful products. Having grown up in manufacturing, I know how hard it is to launch vehicles and how hard it is to launch things, and I know how hard all of you work, and I want to thank you for the work that you do. But before I get started with my remarks, I do want to recognize a number of important guests who are here with us today. We always recognize that we don't get to do this alone. The UAW and Ford work together, but we have so many partners in the community to help us. First of all, we have Mayor Greg Fisher, the Mayor of Louisville. Thank you for all your support, Greg. Appreciate it. We have Senator Julie Rocky Adams, who's also here joining us today. Senator, welcome. I was talking to him a while ago. We've been doing this for a long time, but Congressman John Yarmuth, thank you for being here again. Thank you for your support. We have Governor Bevin's Chief of Staff, Blake Brickman, here with us as well. Blake, thank you. We also have representatives from Senator Mitch McConnell and Rand Paul's office, and we have a number of other government officials. Thank you all for being here. Of course, thank you. We have a number of members of the Ford senior leadership team, which Andrew pointed out, and of course, our friend Jimmy Settles and so many other partners with the UAW. We also have a number of our suppliers and a number of our dealers here too, so thank you all. Let's give a round of applause for our suppliers and dealers. Thank you. As I said, a year ago, we were in this very room and celebrated the launch of the Ford Super Duty. I don't need to tell you how important Super Duty is to Ford Motor Company. It's a key part of our F-Series lineup. As Andrew mentioned, the best-selling truck in America for 35 straight years. We're going to make it 36 straight this year. And the best-selling vehicle for 35 years, and the best-selling truck for 40 years. What a great accomplishment, and you're all a big part of that. But as we know, we're here to celebrate the rebirth of the Ford Expedition, the first all-new Expedition in nearly 2 decades, as well as celebrating the great new Lincoln Navigator. When I was coming out, actually, they showed me my Rhapsody Blue Lincoln Navigator is out there on display. So you can look at it. Please don't get too close and scratch it. But it's looking wonderful. I'm really looking forward to getting it shipped up to Michigan one of these days. But now let's get on with the vehicle celebration. It is a good time to be here, of course, with Ford's heritage in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Ford has had a presence here in Louisville for over 100 years. We've been building here at the Kentucky Truck Plant for more than 45 years. We've invested more than $2 billion in the city of Louisville just since 2014. Across the country, we've invested more than $12 billion in our U.S. manufacturing plants, creating nearly 28,000 new jobs in the last 5 years alone. What do you think about that, Jimmy? 28,000 on your watch. Congratulations. Of course, we'll continue to make great vehicles in the United States, as we have ever since we founded ourselves with our great founder, Henry Ford, in 1903. Today, Ford has more UAW workers and produces more vehicles in the United States than any other automaker. What do you think about that? Right here in Louisville, Kentucky Truck Plant and Louisville Assembly Plant together employ more than 12,000, nearly 13,000 employees, and produce nearly 1,500 vehicles every day. That's bigger than some auto companies. Taking into account the job multiplier effect, our Ford employees in Louisville help create or support approximately 84,000 jobs in the greater Louisville area. Mayor, has that worked pretty well for you? 84,000 jobs? Amen, yes. And today, we're pleased and proud to showcase our all-new Expedition. When Expedition was introduced 20 years ago, it set the standard for active families who needed a big and capable SUV to take them places. And today's families need even more. They want smart technology to help them travel safely, more efficiently, and more comfortably, while staying connected to friends and family. The all-new Expedition delivers that. It's bigger, lighter, and even more capable. Think about that, bigger and lighter. That's the capability that we have. The all-new Expedition starts with advanced materials, including an aluminum alloy body, helping save up to 300 pounds of weight. We reinvested some of our weight savings to move beyond standard seating for up to 8 passengers. The Expedition is larger, with more personal space for passengers, while adding new driver assist and connectivity technology to travel safer and stay in touch with those families and friends we talked about. Now, the Expedition's new 3.5-liter EcoBoost engine is stronger because it's paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission that delivers expected best-in-class fuel economy and up to 400 horsepower of power, plus best-in-class towing. Plus, Expedition now includes all new features that are friendly to passengers, even those in the third row. That includes second-row tip and slide seating that makes getting into and out of the second and third row even easier. We have a Wi-Fi hotspot that can support up to 10 devices in the vehicle, and a dual headrest rear seat entertainment system that can stream live cable or satellite television. The all-new Expedition, great capability, great fuel economy, class-leading fuel economy, and smart technology for a new generation of families. And it's all made possible by the hard work of all of you. To all of our Kentucky Truck Plant employees, suppliers, local UAW, and government partners here today, thank you for everything that you do for Ford and Lincoln customers every day, of course to our dealers as well. We are so proud of the Kentucky Truck Plant. It's our largest manufacturing facility in the world, 6.5 million square feet. That's pretty big. And what you build for us every day really helps the bottom line of Ford Motor Company. Thank you so much for all you do. Now, speaking of customers, we know you keep them at the heart of everything you do, which is why you build such great quality. When we build these great trucks and SUVs, we have every single customer in mind. Today, we want to spend a few moments honoring those who are picking up the pieces after the recent spate of hurricanes. We all know that Hurricane Harvey in Houston, for instance, caused tremendous devastation, displacing thousands of people from their homes and forcing them to rebuild their lives. We are honored to have one of those people here with us today. Please watch the video.
My name is Deveron Walker. I'm the pastor of Towers of Hope Church of God in Christ here in Houston. Towers of Hope Church was built out of a passion of helping people.
Before Harvey, Towers of Hope was just that, a tower of hope.
When we got to the church after the storm, we learned that water had set in the church for a great deal of time. Just like anybody else, we applied for FEMA. We went through the whole FEMA process only to find out that we did not qualify. So we was told to apply for a small business loan. We're a small church, so of course we was denied. During Harvey, with the high waters and everything, my car flooded. This vehicle was a faithful member of the Towers of Hope Church. It was the lifeline of our ministry.
You don't hear about the church without seeing or hearing about the truck.
Whether it's taking the children to school or whether it's helping church members get to doctor's appointments. And it's very vital because a lot of the members that do go to the church do not have transportation. Now the vehicle at hand is like, it'll get you to point A, point B, maybe C on a good day.
For any human to be in a place where they are not able to move, it robs them of life. Life happens through motion. Our church has really showed me the strength of our mission and the strength of what we can do in the middle of all of our adversity. In a horrible state, we're still able to give assistance to over 200 families in the middle of the storm. We were still able to bring hope to our community. And from that, it makes me mighty proud to say that I am the pastor of Towers of Hope Church, where hope really is a remedy for recovery. And now we find ourselves in the middle of needing the same hope we provide. But in the middle of needing hope, we still haven't failed to give hope.
We have Pastor Deveron Walker here with us today. Would you please, Pastor, would you join me up stage, please, on stage? Thank you. Welcome. While he's walking up here, I think we'll get some safety glasses, send him down there for the working on the circular saw. Pastor, good to see you. Come on over. Pastor Walker, everybody. You know, Ford Motor Company could be said as the heart of America. And another big part of what the center of America are churches like yours and all the good deeds that people do. We talked a lot about that, a sense of community. Pastor Walker, it could be said that you share something in common with our SUVs, and that is that you're unstoppable when it comes to serving in your community. Now, as pastor of Towers of Hope Church of God in Christ, you minister to hundreds of people in the greater Houston area. Is that correct? We saw it on the video. Thank you for that. And during Hurricane Harvey, your church was significantly damaged. And your vehicle, I heard, it wasn't a Ford, but I heard the vehicle you had was damaged and you couldn't take students to school and to church and church members to services and medical appointments, that your vehicle was damaged or beyond repair. Yet, in the recent weeks since then, even with all this hardship, you found a way. We saw it in that video, so thank you very much for that. You continued to help those in need, feeding more than 200 families and providing them with life's essentials like food, clothing, and toiletries, something that all of us take for granted. And we know you're still helping your church members get to school and your service and key medical appointments. And you're finding a way to start rebuilding your church, even without the help of government aid. We know something about rebuilding without the help of government aid, let me tell you. So we applaud you, Pastor, and I have a little confession to make. I know you think you're up here to tour the plant and give us your closing thoughts about what people can do to help the hurricane recovery efforts. But I have to confess, and I hope you'll forgive me, that's not exactly entirely true. We actually invited you here for another reason. We wanted to thank you for your unstoppable efforts to help the people of Houston and to give you something that might help make the job a little easier. Take a look. Well, Pastor Walker, on behalf of all of us here, we are honored to give you an all-new 2018 Ford Expedition. Pastor Walker, are you ready to check out your new Expedition? Let's go take a look. Come on.
What an amazing moment to witness. I had a little tear in my eyes. A lot of us learned about your story over the last week or so. We hope we've given you a reason to smile today. So. I do want to thank you for being here today. Thank you. Here at Kentucky Truck, we take great pride in the work that we do each and every day. We all work really, really hard, but we don't always get to see how our vehicles, like the Expedition, affect our customers' lives, and today we got a chance to see that. And like I said, having a vehicle to do the service work that you do, it will be truly blessed, truly amazing. Special thank you to all of our guests in attendance today, including members of the Ford senior leadership, Pastor Walker, our government and UAW media friends. I want to thank you for being here. You know, on behalf of all of our employees here at Kentucky Truck Plant, you know, that we build these trucks each and every day, and we understand the impact of these vehicles for, you know, Mr. Walker's of the world, sorry, Pastor Walker's of the world, and for all of our other customers. We give it our all. And we want to thank everyone who came today for spending the time with us to celebrate, and we're ready to build a lot more of these. So thank you